Every 3 years, the best sailors on the planet compete in the world's toughest offshore challenge, the Volvo Ocean Race.
1, 2, go!
Stance.
For the 12th edition, 7 teams left Alicante, Spain, to cross 4 oceans and 5 continents over 9 months. It is the ultimate endurance test that all professional sailors dream of doing.
It's just relentless.
With a fleet solely composed of the Volvo Ocean 65, a boat designed to take on the most grueling offshore race. Crews are pushed to the limit in a competition that has never been closer. Battling 24/7, fighting storms, and defying the worst that Mother Nature can throw at them.
You get a beating out there.
Pushing the crews to a place where there is only a thin margin between winning the leg.
Fantastic run, we're on top of the world. So proud of my team.
First win. Nice, very nice. It's very nice.
Or losing it all.
Holy shit, I can't believe this. I can't actually believe this happening.
This is their story. The Volvo Ocean Race fleet is now in its 5th leg, taking them from Auckland, New Zealand, through the notorious Southern Ocean, and onto the finish in the beautiful Brazilian port of Itajaí. Unfortunately, the all-female crew of Team SCA has fallen behind after damaging a sail and missing out on a strong weather system that has propelled the rest of the fleet ahead. The consequences of pushing hard in strong winds are also harsh for the Franco-Chinese team, who have been forced to retire after their mast broke in 2. For Dongfeng Race Team, the leg is over, and they're now in a race to be ready for leg 6. The 4 remaining boats have just passed Cape Horn, with a young crew on board Team Alvimedica in the lead. But as they leave the Southern Ocean behind them and head north, Abu Dhabi Ocean Racing overhaul the Turkish-American boat.
Just over 24 hours since we rounded Cape Horn, and we've been reaching fast, very fast, north-northeast. We've gone very well in the last 24. We've overtaken Alvimedica, we've got them 8 miles behind us, and I think we're 20 ahead of Mapfre and 30 ahead of Brunel, but it'll compress a bit as we start to go upwind here, so I expect them to come into the back of us a little bit. And I think the emphasis now is on trying to ride out what's going to be a very windy and bumpy section. If we can just get through the next 36, 48 hours, then we should have a straight shot at Itajaí.
The next 24 hours see the 4 leading boats fighting through rough seas and strong winds.
Heeled over more than anything. Going upwind at 30 knots. These boats just heel over at ridiculous angles, so walking around on deck or down below is quite a challenge. But basically we're just sailing into this cold front, which we should get into tonight. The breeze should lift and we should be going downwind at 30 knots.
Right now it's like riding a rodeo machine. Obviously, you know, the boat's getting thrown around, 30 to 40 knots of wind, smashing through waves. Probably best on deck, to be honest. Obviously it's pretty wet up there, but down here is not so easy either.
Rounding Cape Horn usually means leaving the rough seas of the Southern Ocean for calmer waters. So the extreme conditions have come as a surprise to the sailors.
I have to say this last bit to Itajaí is a bit heavier than expected. It's like we're still in the Southern Ocean actually, so it's an extension of the Southern Ocean.
It's supposed to be nice and sunny going towards Brazil. We just had a 38 knot gust going up.
This is boat breaking condition. Now you can ride the story.
Just have to make sure it doesn't come too high. Not higher than 50. 50, not higher. We're lucky it's not the first day of the leg, because we would be really seasick now.
Far away from the stomach-churning conditions on the boats, the Brazilian port of Itajaí promises to provide a much warmer welcome for the crews. Though for Nick Bice and his boatyard team, this is no time for a beach party. The difficult conditions faced by the teams in this leg means the shore crew are going to have to be ahead of the game.
All my guys have been here for a few days now and they've got the boatyard up and running, and we're expecting the boats to arrive in around 3 days' time. It looks pretty tough out there, so we're expecting to have quite a few things on the job list. The boats will finish this leg quite battered and torn. It's going to be a bit of a war zone in the sail-making area.
Battered sails are one thing, but for Dongfeng, their repairs are even more critical.
So with the unfortunate incident of Dongfeng losing their rig, especially where they were and especially where this stopover is, it's not the easiest logistical country to deal with. So we're faced, not only us, but the team are also faced with a big logistical challenge. First of all, they need to get the boat here to Itajaí. In the meantime, we need to ensure that the team is as well prepared, and that includes getting a spare rig here.
With the boat still at sea and way behind the rest of the fleet, it's a race against time.
It leaves us with around about 4 days to get the rig set up, sea trialled, ensuring that the rig is safe, and get this team back in the race. These are the fun parts of the Volvo Ocean Race, to tell you the truth. Unfortunately, it's not good for the team, but it's something a little bit different, and we need to work as hard as we can to ensure that they are back in the race.
Back at sea, and the 4 leading boats are fast approaching Itajaí.
So with 350 miles to go here, after 6,000 sailed, as you can see from up here, all the boats are pretty close together. I think first through fourths within 9 miles of each other, which is pretty frightening, but also a lot of opportunity there.
With the fleet being so tightly bunched together, each is still in with a chance of winning this prestigious leg. And for the crew in 4th place, Team Brunel, they know just how crucial the next 48 hours will be.
It's a huge difference, eh? You're first and fourth. If Abu Dhabi wins, we're fourth. That's 9 points ahead of us. The other way around, it's 3 points difference, so it's massive.
I have to get in. Yes, but yes, it's very important for the team. Goes a new plan, slightly different weather, so we want to VMC it a bit towards the mark, which is a 320 something. So we still, I think, try about 85 through. So we changing the strategy. We're going a little bit faster now. Go away a little bit. So faster angle.
I think we have nothing to lose. We're in this position where we only can gain. It's not over until the fat lady sings, eh?
As the sun rises, Team Alvimedica is still in 2nd place, chasing the leader.
Abu Dhabi, crossing us by 2 miles. Not much in it.
But with less than 100 miles to Itajaí, they are overtaken by the Spanish team Mapfre.
Less than 100 miles to go. The race is tighter than ever, and we are quite nervous here, fighting for the podium. We are 4 boats that only 3 places.
Mapfre just down here, 2.5 miles behind us, after sailing 6,200. Need them to go away. I don't suppose they're going to.
Despite Ian's concerns, Azam keeps its lead and arrives in Itajaí in 1st position to take their 2nd leg win overall.
That's us! First and foremost, relief, getting here safely. Proud of the team and thrilled with the result. We really wanted to, keep the pressure on as much as we could, and we really wanted to win this leg. This is the really big leg of this race. This is the real Southern Ocean race, and this is the leg above all else that people want to win. So to win it by such a small margin is quite a thrill.
Just behind them is Mapfre in 2nd place.
Okay, we have to fail, eh? Woo!
Behind the Spanish team, the fight for the last podium place is close. Team Alvimedica and Brunel are neck and neck as they race towards the finish line. But the Turkish-American team hold their advantage until the end to finish third, with the Dutch crew only a minute behind them. After over 12,000 kilometers, the top 4 boats have finished within an hour of each other. But for those sailors who have missed out on the podium, it's a bitter blow.
I think we sailed well and made mistakes and it hurt us, you know, but look how close it all is. Just disappointed for our team, for our sponsors and the people that follow us, you know.
That is what it is. The other guys were better because they beat us. Simple as it is. But annoying.
On the dock, spirits are high, and Mapfre sailor Andre Fonseca is the center of attention. As the only Brazilian in the fleet, he receives a warm welcome from the fans.
So happy, it's very nice to receive welcome from the family, from the friends. It's more than I expected. It's amazing, it's a dream come true.
For Alvimedica sailor Sebastian Marseille, who was rested for leg 5, the team's third-place finish after leading around Cape Horn brings mixed emotions.
The old race have been really tight, but the end was really, really tight. And this morning, opening the computer, they can still win it. So it's a little bit of mix between being really happy, seeing the guys doing second podium position for the old race, but also we could have won this leg. So it's mixed feeling, but definitely really happy to see them. They've been doing really nice work on this leg, so yeah, I mean, have to be happy.
With the first 4 teams back on dry land, the boatyard and shore crew can get to work assessing the boats and start the repairs ahead of the next leg.
This is the setup we have in Itajaí. We had a pretty good day yesterday, got 4 boats out, 4 rigs out, and another big session this afternoon. Do all our tests, do all our checks just to know and realise what our job list is going to be this leg.
As soon as the job list is complete, the boatyard springs into action.
So we have a pretty early start here. There's lots of maintenance going on. The boats have had a pretty hard leg. There's a lot of service work that we do every stop, and then also there's the extra broken bits, especially with us with the electronics. The water doesn't seem to go with that on the boats, so it's a bit of a pain, but always busy.
Well, once it's all taken apart, everything will get ultrasounded. Everything from the spreaders to the actual tube itself. Everything will get tested, from the radar to the lights to all the wind instruments, by Diverse and the electronics guys. The media guys will have a look at all the cameras, make sure that's all working, and if it's all in good shape, put it all back together again.
As for Team SCA, they still have some work to do on the water, but the boatyard and their shore team will be ready for them the moment they arrive.
I think they're only probably a couple of miles away. They're almost going to be on the dock here in at least half hour or so. And basically we're just going to hook straight into it. On the other side of Alvimedica, that's where they'll be coming out the water. The girls will get off the boat. The shore crew from SCA, they'll jump on straight away, get everything prepared. We'll assist the team in getting everything out. And fortunately they do have a big shore crew, so it's going to be extremely rapid. We're going to know definitely by the end of the day what the job list for Team SCA is going to be.
With their boat still miles from port, it's an anxious wait for the Dongfeng shore crew.
At this stage it looks as though they'll be here within the last week. to the restart. So it's going to be extremely tight, but in saying that, we're just going to work through. We'll do what we have to do to make sure that that boat gets the same service as all these boats. The mast is going to arrive about the same time as the boat, and we're just going to jump on it. We got the right guys, we've got the right people. We'll work very closely with their team and just get them on the start line ready to go on the leg to Newport.
As Team SCA enter Itajaí harbour, the crowd is delighted to welcome them at last.
Quite tired, quite relieved to be here. We had a lot going on, so yeah, I think we probably learned a lot. It was nice also to sail with this boat in strong wind.
Oh, so stoked to be here. It's hot, it's warm. I mean, I haven't taken my gear off for the last 3 weeks, so it's so nice to be here, and everyone's really welcoming us in here. It's crazy, it's awesome.
Well, I think this is, well, it's only our second daytime arrival, so it's really nice to have actually people here welcoming us in, and quite a few boats on the water.
With spirits always high, the all-female team is ready for the next stage of the race. But while champagne is flowing on one side of the race village, at Dongfeng Race Team HQ, the challenges ahead are daunting. Having broken their mast in two, the crew were forced to dock in Ushuaia, over 5,000 kilometers from their intended destination in Itajaí. In order to fix their boat and be ready for leg 6, the team are flying in a new mast via Amsterdam, while the boat is making its way up the coast of Brazil, with boat captain Graham and the shore crew on board. Time is critical if the boat is to be ready in time.
The guys are about 1,000 miles from here, trying to motor sail with J2 and J3 to arrive here. And as soon as they are here, probably around, I would say at the beginning of next week, the mast will arrive in the same time. I hope so. And we'll have about 3-4 days to get the boat ready. It's a challenge, the mast arriving on Friday. Are the custom gonna take a Friday off and let the mast go on a truck on the weekend? That's the big question I have, and I don't have the answer here.
With the mast sitting on the runway in Sao Paulo and the paperwork sitting on a desk, for Dongfeng, the start of leg 6 and the entire race campaign is at stake.
If we didn't do the leg 6, it will be the end of our project. To get a mast, it was not easy. It was a bit complicated, but no, I think it was impossible for a team not to be on the starting line. We're not there yet, by the way. The boat is still on the water and the mast is not here yet. So, but it's impossible. We have to sail leg 6.
While the boat is making some progress, the mast is finally released the following morning and begins its journey to Itajaí. When the mast reaches the race village the next morning, work can begin on preparing it for the boat's arrival.
We have about 2 days work on the mast to put it, conform as per the rule and all the material on it. The boat arrives tomorrow. It's another 3 days of work on the boat, and by Thursday, if everything goes well, we're on the water.
Finally, that evening, the boat arrives safely into port.
We've had 10 days. First couple of days was fairly tense because we kind of got a bit of a battering downwind with some big seas and a jury rig. You worry about the rig coming down completely, and then you're not just out the leg, you're out the race at that point, so there was quite a lot of pressure in the first couple of days.
It's the first time since a long time I am on the shore when the boat arrives. My boat arrives. It's very strange, but yeah, I'm very happy because they did a good job. They arrived on time. It was not so easy because the mast was not very strong. Yeah, thank you to them because they did it instead of us, and like that we have a good rest and we will be ready for the next next leg. I think during the Volvo Ocean Race, sometimes you met some difficulties, and that's where you see if you are a good team or strong team. But I'm really confident, and I think we are ready to achieve the job in 3 or 4 days. The boat is there, the new mast is there, so now we just have to work a lot, and we will be ready.
The shore team still has a lot to do.
We'll get all the kit off the boat, and then we're going to quick shower, and then we'll be back down here at 7:30, 8 o'clock.
With both the mast and the boat in Itajaí, Graham and the team can start the repairs.
So we've just lifted the boat out, and generally it doesn't look too bad considering we've had a rig down, but there's a little flesh wound on the starboard side there. Henry's just checking that out, see if there's any D-lam, because if we have any structural work to do, composite work, then immediately you're looking at 2 days before we even start painting or decorating. So I think generally the mood's pretty upbeat. I think there's an awful lot to do, but looking at the schedule and the timings of how we can make it work, I think it's fairly realistic that rigging boating on Thursday, and then whether they go for a sail Thursday afternoon, we'll have to wait and see. It'll probably be fairly full on. We'll just go about it and assess what we've got to do and then get the job done. Not even a flesh wound, just stripped a bit of bark on the paint, so I think she'll be all right. She will live to race another day.
The stopovers are a time for the sailors to rest and recuperate, but it's also a chance for the team doctors to check the sailors' health and restock their onboard medical kits. Weeks of physical exertion means the sailors' nutritional needs are monitored closely.
We've been focusing very much on the planning of the nutrition, not only during the training, very important, during the race, and also on the recovery planning. I think the most important is to get to know exactly what happened during the legs, because you can easily calculate the consumption of any triathlete or any track and field guy because you are there. The thing is to doing the calculation on each athlete of the Volvo when they are doing so many hours of non-stop endurance exercise, and then on top of that they have one big thing which I think is very important. The time of sleep is reducing dramatically sun time, and sleeping less is going to increase the consumption on the calories. So for me to keep this good balance, we design the diet that should be on board. This is a benzene for the car. It's a gas for the car. If we don't have calories enough to burn, then we start to reduce our performance. I always say to them that to eat is a part of the job. So they are taking quite serious, and then the losing in our boats, in average has been like 1 kilo, 2 kilos. We haven't like leg one sailing and recovery, you know? So we know exactly how they are right, how they're living. So we are very happy because, as you see, they are all very stable. For us, it's quite important that they keep it like this, you know? You're going down, but then you go on the same level. For sure, they're going to start here with the same weight that in Alicante. Physically, they're very strong. And I'm very happy about that because you talk with them and they are enthusiastic to do it again. And this is, for me, it's fantastic because we have 14 girls ready to go. We are all full and ready. This is the best news I could give to Sang and for the whole team.
Next week, Abu Dhabi sailor Adil is back in the wind.
Great mountains, great beach, and great place.
And the fleet goes back north as they start the 6th leg of the Volvo Ocean Race.